with us a multifaceted personality, founder of the world's largest cultural society, a scientist by profession, the pioneer of the Light and Sound show in Malayalam, chairman of the Kerala Sangeeta Nataka Academy, a man for all seasons. We have with us Mr. Surya Krishnamurthi. As Surya celebrates 36 glorious years, let me begin by asking you about the genesis of this festival. How was this magnificent concept conceived and developed?
This was started 35 years back, and as you rightly said, it is the 36th year. And now in 36 years, we have branches or chapters in 36 countries and also in 60 centers in India. And how we have achieved this, that is the question you are asking this.
How was this idea conceived?
Initially, the idea was conceived like we had the first film society here in Trivandrum. The Kerala's first film society is Chitralekha, founded by Adur Gopalakrishnan. That was long back. From there only we knew what good cinema is. And later, so we have been educated by Adur Gopalakrishnan and Chitralekha Film Society about the quality of films, how to, the appreciation quality and all that. At one stage, they started production of films. Slowly, their concentration on the film society movement diminished. And later, Adur Gopalakrishnan resigned from Chitralekha Film Society. And the society's functioning almost stopped. So, in our case, we were all children, those youngsters. No? So, those days, we have not reached the top, neither we are able to accept the other kind of films because he has started educating us. So, we had no choice but to start another society to continue the activity of Chitralekha, which was stopped. So, initially Chitralekha was a film society, but when we started this society, we had very clear intention or motto, like it should not be just a film society. When you take a film, it is not just the celluloid. There are various aspects in that. It is acting is there, theatre is there, music is there, lighting is there, a lot of aspects are there.
All forms of art.
Arts are there. It's a combination of various art forms. And techniques also is there. So, we wanted to educate the people about the good cinema, and also we want to bridge the gap between the different forms of art. Integration through culture, that has been the motto of Surya. So, and still we stick to that. And when we started, we had a very clear motto or the idea, like those days the film society movement of the whole country or the whole world, it was with a few men, pseudo-intellectuals. They so-called pseudo-intellectuals, they will have a sling bag, they will have a small beard, that sort of torn shirt. It's a cliche, that sort of an appearance is there. So, what they do is they see a good film, leave it in the theatre and go. It is not spread. The message of good cinema is not spread. So, we wanted women participation in film society movement and such cultural society movement. So, from day one, we knew that a good cinema should not be left inside the theatre, it should be brought to the house, and in the dining table with the family it should be discussed. For that, women participation is essential. So, we were ensuring from day one women participation, and that clicked. When cinema was brought to the household, when they were discussing about good cinema, when they were discussing about Satyajit Ray, Mrinal Sen, Adur Gopalakrishnan and Shyam Benegal, that was the mission of Surya. And later we started 35 years back. Maybe about 25, 26 years back, the television came. And when the television came, all over the world or all over the country, all such film society movements were falling down. But Surya is still active. That is because of the women participation. I still believe that because of the women participation in the... I was working those days in the Indian Space Research Organization. And when I come back from the office, it would be quite late. And I would not be able to come home and then go to the theatre. I would go straight from the office to the theatre for seeing our own films. So, I still remember when we were having a session of Tarkovsky films. And that time, we were screening his last film, and he was also dying. When I went to the theater for a Russian film, the hall was full, and almost 50% of the audience were women. And of the 50% women, most of them were sitting on the floor to watch a Russian film. That is the recognition. I still remember that day when I did not get a seat for seeing in my own society or our own society. I felt very happy when a Russian filmmaker is being recognized. Satyajit Ray came here as a guest of Surya. He had come only once to Kerala. So when he came, he said, I have two wonders in life. While he was going back after the 3-day stay here, I said, I have two wonders in life. One, for the first time when I was making a color film, I had to come to Chennai. That is, those days it was called Madras. I had to come to Madras, and I always sit in the front seat whenever I travel. In Madras, I was traveling in an ambassador car. Those days it is Landmaster and ambassador cars, not these new cars. So I always sit in the front. That's what he said. So he was sitting in the front seat and driving. I mean, he was by the side of the driver. In a red signal, it stopped. When it stopped, here, this side, to his side, one auto rickshaw also came and stopped. So the auto rickshaw driver and he are near. Suddenly, the auto rickshaw driver asked him, are you Satyajit Ray? So in a place where his Bengali film has never been released, an auto rickshaw driver recognized him. He felt very happy about it. He said, that is a great wonder which gave me a lot of happiness. And the second wonder is in Kerala now, when I find the housewives discussing about my film and my characters. Even in Bengal, this many housewives may not know about my characters and my style of filmmaking. Here, women, they talk about my film, they ask questions, very intelligent questions, and they want to interact with me on my films. I said, this is a great wonder. So that was the beginning. And still, the women participation in Surya is very high.